What's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Night with Food and Play. So, today's dish is the Ful Mudammas. So it's a popular vegan dish throughout the Middle East and the Levant, but it's actually considered an Egyptian national dish. Usually made with some like creamy mashed broad beans, loaded with ground cumin for a big flavour, fresh herbs and a zippy lemon garlic sauce, and some hot chili peppers. We'll throw them in too. I promise it will not be too hot. So come and take a look. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly run you through the ingredients. So our broad beans, also known as fava beans, this country call them broad beans. So I've taken 2 tins at 180 grams each. Okay, just give them a quick rinse, drained them. You can buy the packet ones, the raw material, where you have to soak overnight before you cook them, and then before you know it, it's not a convenient meal unless you can find the time to do something. So yes, buy tinned broad beans. I've got 2 tomatoes, but I might only need 1. Better to be safe than sorry. I've got a lemon. You need only 2 garlic cloves, some cumin powder, a couple of hot peppers, chilies if you want to call them that. Probably try not to get super hot ones, but I've just got 3 little ones just here. Some olive oil, some kosher salt at the start for the seasoning for the broad beans, a couple of spring onions, sprinkle on top, fresh it up. Half a cup of water, so what's that, about 118, 120 ml to be precise. And you're going to need a mortar and pestle, like so. Mine's slightly broken, as you can see, but you need to, when we're going to be smashing that, the garlic cloves and the peppers, and then in that lemon juice at the end. A masher, so the utensils, a masher. This is probably one of my cheaper pans. I'm using this today. It's a good pan, but it's a little bit deeper, as you can tell. It's almost like a wok. I wouldn't say it's a wok. Woks are a little bit more, bigger. But I'm going to be using a masher. Obviously, we don't want to wreck your pan. Try to aim for a rubber masher if you can. But once the broad beans are, I think it'll be fine. But I'm still, going to be extra cautious and use one of my cheaper pans. But yes. Okay, so let's move on to the first step, guys. Okay, so we're going to turn our cooker up to a medium, relatively high heat. We're going to add in our 2 cans of broad beans, like so. And we're going to add in half a cup of water, just like so. Now, just going to season them through with some kosher salt. So get your salt in, and a teaspoon of cumin powder. So, wonderful. So we're just going to give these a little stir up, we're only heating them through at this time. Remember, these are already cooked, so like I said, just heating them through. Once they're heated through, we can make a start on mashing them. Okay guys, so we're 5 minutes in. I'd like to think my broad beans are nice and warmed up, a little bit softer. Now we can take a fork, or you can use, like I said, a masher. Try to get a rubber one, and we're just going to crush the broad beans. Don't worry about breaking every single individual bean, okay? Doesn't really matter. Now you can keep some whole if you want to, that's fine. Like so. can use your spatula or your big spoon just to carry on mixing the mixture through. You'll notice if you had some water left over in the pan when you was heating up the broad beans, you'll notice once you've crushed some of them broad beans, you'll notice the water's soaked up pretty quick. That's fine, don't worry about it. You should have like a bit of a kind of mash consistency now. Like I said, don't worry too much if you've not got every single bean crushed. You know, leave some whole, be a little bit different, that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to create that ziggy sauce. So I want you to take 2 fresh garlic cloves, put that to one side, and 2 hot peppers. So I'm going to use this red one. Half of that's fine. And I'm going to use this orange one here just a little bit. So, wonderful. So take your mortar and pestle, add your hot peppers, add your garlic cloves. Just going to give these a quick smash, then we're going to add in our lemon. Like so. That's going to take you to something like that, crushed up. Takes a little bit of work. You know, if you find the chilies or the garlic ain't mashing up that much for me, look, mine's broken. We got there in the end. Just chop them up a little bit smaller, throw them in. That is fantastic. You can smell that already. That's some strong ingredients. Lovely. Right. So we've got a bit of heat. Now we just need to like freshen it up a little bit. So I'm going to take a lemon. I'm dead messy, I am, aren't I? So take a lemon. And squeeze all that juice inside. Just be careful you don't get any pips in. Same with this one. So I'm using a full lemon. So. Wonderful. Now I'm going to give that a stir up. I'm going to finish this off with some olives too. Very traditional. Don't have to have olives if you don't want to. Me, I love olives, they're really good for you. And that's it, guys. That is the Ful Mudammas. So if I just want to point out quickly, if I've not mentioned it, so the Ful Mudammas is usually served with some kind of warm hot pita bread, and like obviously loads of fresh veggies, olives, jalapenos for a little bit more of a kick. It's entirely up to you. I've got my olives and jalapenos just here. So we'll have a little play with that, but I'll get a photo for you guys at the end and it should look something like that. Okay, until next time guys, I can see you all soon.